I rode into Tombstone on my horse's name was Mac. I saw what I relate to you going on behind my back. It seems that folks were up in arms. A man now had to die for believing things that didn't fit the laws they set aside. Man's name was I'm a freak, that's that I could see. He was the executioner, a hangman just like me. I guess he'd seen the loopholes from working with his road. He hung the wrong man many times, so now he turned to hold. He talked to all the people from the scaffold in the square. Told them the things he found, but they didn't seem to care. He said the laws were obsolete, a change they should demand, but the people only walked away. He didn't understand. Well, the marshal's name was Uncle Sam. He said, I'll right this wrong. He made the hangman shut his mouth if it took him all year long. They finally arrested Freak, and then they sent for me to hang a fellow hangman from a fellow hangman's tree. Well, it didn't take them long in their court of law. He was guilty then, thinking a crime much worse than all. They sentenced him to die, so his seed of thought can spread and infect the little children. That's what the law had said. So the hanging day came round, walked up to the news. I pulled the lever, but before he fell I cut him loose. They said it's all conspiracy, and I had to die. So to close our mouths and kill our minds, they hung us side by side. And now we're two hangmen hanging from a tree. That don't bother me at all. Two hangmen hanging from a tree. That don't bother me at all. Two hangmen hanging from a tree. That don't bother me. That don't bother me at all. Hey, how you doing out there, Guitar Heroes? All right, how about a little Mason Proffit, 1972. The Hangman. I guess it's a song about the Old West, right? Okay, so not too tough of a song, although we've got a bar chord in there, an F sharp. The pace isn't very fast. You kind of have an option of doing a strum, a little finger picking, a little string picking with your pick, all kinds of combinations of what to do with the slow pace. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 verses, and then we've got that thing at the end that I think on the record
drags out about seven times. I think they repeat the two hangmen hanging from a tree. Okay, so let's get started on this thing. There's not really, well, I think there's like a banjo or something maybe in the beginning. We're going to start on the D chord. I rode into Tombstone on my A. Horse's name was Mac. C. I saw what I relate to you going G on behind my back. And now here's where we got that pesky F sharp. Now we're going to use an E form. Right, E form, bringing up the second fret. And there is what we have on F sharp. It seems the folks were up in arms. Now here you have an option. A G, man now had to die, so you could bring your bar chord up one, or you could leave the bar chord and go back to an open G, which I did. A man now had to die for A, leaving things that didn't fit the laws they set aside. So you can see this is a good option where you can just do like one strum and do the lyrics. I rode in a tombstone on my horse's name was Mac, and that sounds perfect. Nothing wrong with that. Then we've got a second verse, a third verse, a fourth verse, a fifth verse, a sixth verse, and then everything's exactly the same. D, A, C, G, F sharp, G, A. Exactly the same thing. Then we get down to the last verse, so let's kind of go through that. So we start again with the D. So the hanging day came around. A walked up to the news. C, I pulled the lever, but before G, he fell before I cut him loose. Now we got that pesky F sharp. They call it all conspiracy G. And then I had to die, so A. Close our mouths and kill our minds, they hung us side by side. And then we have a transition before we do that outro. C, G, A. And now we're where we need to be. So what we've done is we've changed keys. So rather than a D, now we're up to an A. And now we're two hangmen, A, hanging from a tree. That don't deep bother me at all. Two hangmen, E, hanging from a tree. That don't deep bother me at all. A. So that gets repeated, I think it's like 7 times, but I didn't actually count. Then at the end, we can end on an E, D, A. And to give your A just a little bit of additional color, you can lift that third string, which gets you A, and then put your finger right back down. It gives you that A suspended. And the other thing you can do with a D, just to give you a little color, is hammer with that first finger. So just a couple little things to embellish the chords a little bit. Okay, so there you go. Not too tough. Got a bar chord in it. Fairly slow pace. The story is great, right? How can you beat this story? This is great. Two Hangmen by Mason Proffit, 1972. All right, there you go. Take it easy. Thanks a lot. Hope you got something out of this lesson, and we'll see you next time.